drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. You know you like that. 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 You know you like that.
Welcome to sunny San Diego. We are here for the second game of the 2025 WUL season. Last night, we saw Colorado face off against Utah for Wild's home opener. The 2024 reigning champ Colorado took home the win with a decisive lead throughout the game. Now we're here for the San Diego home opener against Arizona. I'm your host, Jory Moore, with
Neha Weinker, sitting in the booth today, back at it.
What can we hope to expect, some keys of the games for this matchup against San Diego and Arizona, a game that we've seen throughout the seasons several times, and it's always up in the air. We have Arizona as a physical powerhouse, very athletic team, and then we have San Diego with a deep roster, some roster changes on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a very exciting Southwest matchup. We had a second to talk to Coach Mel Hugh-Garrick during warm-ups, and she's really looking forward to this game. The Arizona roster is a little bit different this year. A lot of rookies, and you know, this is their first time in the pro scene. They are really excited to play against San Diego again, and she noted that, you know, they've had a lot of close matchups in the past, and they're hoping to come out with a win this time. On the San Diego side, we talked to Coach Amy and Coach Goose, both also really looking forward to this game, emphasizing it's a beautiful day in San Diego. They're really excited to put into practice what they've been trying day in and day out just against each other, and finally getting to practice it against a new team. So he mentioned he's really looking forward to that matchup and the energy that this first home game is going to bring.
Yeah, definitely. We have some notable roster differences on both sides. And as you said, with Arizona having a lot of new faces on this team, they're looking to just build out on this first game, see how their rookies do, see how the chemistry is between their returners and rookies, and bring that energy just to build throughout the rest of the season. Whereas on San Diego's side, there are some new folks joining the team. Some notable additions are Caitlin Weaver is on the roster, formerly playing for Astra, now living here in San Diego and playing for Super Bloom. And we have a few other additions on the younger side from the UCSD college program who are actually currently out due to a college tournament, which brings us to a notable missing roster player for this game, which is Kristen Pajunas, who is out coaching the SDSU Gnomes at their tournament this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that should be interesting to see how San Diego adjusts. She's a massive powerhouse on defense, and I think, you know, will certainly be missed in this game. On the Arizona side, like you said, there's a bunch of newer players. For example, Carly Steiner, Megan Maxfield, Carly Garrett no longer with the team, along with Maggie O'Connell. So we'll see how the new rookies show up and really prove themselves at this opening weekend game.
And just a reminder for those folks at home watching, the WUL games are 4 quarters at 12 minutes each. There is a halftime break after the second quarter. We have observers at these games who are able to make some active calls, such as in or out of bounds, in or out of the end zone, aka scores, as well as players being able to self-officiate to some extent and go to observers if they have a disagreement that they want observer perspective on.
Yeah, that's right. And what we just saw here is the coin toss. Looks like that's completed. I can't really tell who came out on top, but
right, we'll see who ended up getting to start out with offense and who is going to start with advantage. It's probably not visible on the stream because I don't see any flags blowing in the wind, but it is a bit breezy down there on the field. We were down there earlier speaking with the coaches, and discs were popping up. They were also dropping, and that is something that Arizona's coaching staff mentioned as something that they hope will continue throughout the game so they can then play some of their zone defenses and pit that against Super Bloom and see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, I really think zone defense is gonna play well, especially because the wind seems to be at a crosswind at the moment. So the high side is actually the sideline closest to San Diego. So, zone really makes sense, and Arizona seems to have that kind of prepared and ready for play today, and will hopefully generate some turns against San Diego.
That is very true, and this is a San Diego home opener, so hopefully our San Diego folks will have some practice in this breeziness, and we'll see how they do with the throwing in this wind and against an Arizona zone.
Yeah, Joy, I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to this season. I mean, pretty energized after the Colorado-Utah game. There's a new team this year, also notably where Astra has moved to the Premier Ultimate League, so that'll be a new change. But with the addition of Oregon Soar, that's going to be a new energy. It's giving new life to this league, and I think it's going to be a really fun season.
Agreed. We have some changes in the league throughout. We're in the very first weekend of this season, so right now on your screens you can see the standings. We got Colorado 1-0 with their win over Utah last night, and then all the other teams yet to play, waiting for San Diego and Arizona to start this game, and then the rest of the teams playing over the course of the next few weeks. And we'll start to see how the teams shake out against each other, what the parity is like across the league. There are, of course, every season there's going to be roster changes, personnel changes on every team. Also curious, with the coaching staff changes on both sides of the teams this year, how do you think that comes into play for the programs?
That'll be interesting to see. I think Arizona's head coaching staff has remained mostly the same, but Super Bloom has really changed up their mix here with adding in Goose Helton as a head coach along with Coach Amy. Amy was previously the defensive coordinator for Super Bloom last year and had really done a great job of, throwing in some new plays, some new strategies for Super Bloom's defense, and they generated quite a lot of turns last year. We'll hear a little bit more from the players at halftime to see what they plan to adjust, and hopefully the coaches will be able to chime in as well. But I think, Goose brings a lot of expertise, and I'm looking forward to see if there's any new matchups, new defensive strategies that they'll employ in this first game.
Agreed. It's always exciting to see what kind of energy and strategy new coaching staff brings to a team and how that's received by the players as well. We can see here on the field we have Super Bloom lining up with their first starting 7 for their first game of the season. Looks like we have some staples out there. I see Teresa Zettner along with some new faces. Julia Peden is out there, a notable new addition to Super Bloom, formerly playing in Canada, now down in Southern California, and joining the roster this year. I also see Avery Jones out there.
Yeah, Yu Ishii, also another one to watch, number 26. Coaches mentioned that she's a really stalwart handler on the team, really good at throwing those break throws. And also plays really strong handler defense, so it'll be exciting to see that here.
All right, and we have the first pull. Arizona pulling to San Diego Super Bloom. We have LP Aragon with the disc. And we're off. Lexa Samba picking up to Avery Jones. Oh, and a miscue there between Avery Jones and Caitlin Weaver. Arizona with the disc. LP Aragon centered. Back to Leah Jamison. And the disc popping up with the win, but saved by number 19, Madison Spiegel. Looking back to the center, Aragon with a great bid.
It's a very tight downfield defense from San Diego.
Number 46, picking up that to number 21, O'Connell. Back to Aragon. O'Connell managing to keep that disc alive. Aragon looking downfield. Trying to find Jamison, but Zettner there to capitalize on a disc just outside of Jamison's reach. Jones picking up to Weaver. Weaver looking downfield, trying to find Zettner. Arizona picking up. And a miscue there on a upfield to Aragon.
Lots of turns, first point of the game. I wonder if there's some jitters going on here.
Definitely expected. First opener for both teams, plus the wind here. Let's see if Super Bloom edging towards the red zone here. Can they lock it in? Stamba with the disc. Back to Jones. Looks like we're in an end zone set now. Looking for Weaver.
So another turn.
Right off the hands of number 18, Weaver. Arizona with another opportunity here to march down the field. Aragon getting it to number 27, Janet Wan. Back to Aragon. Aragon really running this offense here. Wan taking an injury after bidding to keep that disc alive. So when an injury is called on the field, each player will see the replay here. There's that bid. Oof. Great bid. Totally understand taking the injury on that. Sometimes you hit the turf and the turf hits back. We have number 20 coming in. Looking for dump.
Oh, looks like maybe a block by Hallen there.
Yeah, it looks like Hallen might have gotten a piece of that. Super Bloom once again looking to score on this offensive point.
There's some quick give and go action there. Oh man, Yuishi almost able to reel it in.
Aragon picking up, looking to dump to number 21, O'Connell. Back to Aragon. Number 19 downfield, picking that up. Cynthia Thomas moving that disc forward.
Oh, it's
lofty. Let's see who comes down with it.
Oh my goodness.
And Arizona managing to pick that up, but there might be a call on the field. Most likely discussing whether or not the players had a play on that disc, but we're moving on, and we see we're going to have a discussion here on whether that was down or up. Number 20 on Arizona, Hannah Heaton. With the score, it was called up, and so Arizona starting off this game strong with a break.
Did you expect that?
Well, with the wind and the first game of the season, I was expecting it to be pretty shaky on both sides, just as we're getting in-game chemistry going. Let's take a look at that right there.
Oh, man. Just inches away.
And then this is Cynthia Thomas's disc that popped up in the wind, but Arizona playing heads-up offense.
Yeah.
And then we see Eifert getting it to, again, number 20, Hannah Heaton.
Oh, that was a little
for
close.
the score.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that. That looked a little close to me, but observer rules can call it up. Yeah, I have to say, Arizona really played very focused on that point. They had a lot of bobbles that they were able to come down with, which allowed them to maintain possession.
Iwamoto picking up to Ellis. Looks like a little bit of a handler sag on the defense. Ellis making her way up line. Getting it to Helton. Helton looking downfield.
Oh, a good snag by Jessica Wan, number 15.
We see Ellie Melick moving that disc. Hannah Walter getting it back to Ellis. Ellis, one of the San Diego players to watch this game.
Oh, wow.
Popping it up for Kayla Helton.
What a snag by Kayla Helton.
An expected grab for Kayla Helton. Someone you can trust in the air. You put the disc up, and you hope Kayla Helton comes down with it.
Yeah, let's see the replay of that.
So we see that throw from Ellis there. Popping up again, we saw that also on the Arizona drive last point as well. Mm-hmm. Wind picking up the disc in that direction in that corner of the end zone, but Helton coming down with it. So now we get our first look at a San Diego defensive point. And on offense for Arizona, we see some of the Arizona staples for Chip Chang I see out there, as well as looks like LP Aragon is on again. Kay Powell with the pull centering to Aragon. Over to Chang.
San Diego also playing a sag D on the handlers there.
Arizona moving the disc upfield, finding the downfield looks. Back to Aragon. To Chang with a bid. You see Kay Powell. Handler weave from Arizona looking really smooth out there.
Oh, a huge block there by Weaver.
Helton picking up.
Beautiful deep look. Can she catch up to it? Oh!
Great attempt by Weaver. We're seeing San Diego Super Bloom really relying on Weaver's talent here. Arizona picking up again. And a run-through block.
This time by Deanna Abrams.
No call from Arizona. Super Bloom taking their time to pick up, get set up for their end zone. Weaver looking to the break side, finding Kaya Phillips. Back to Weaver. And finding one of the captains out there, Amanda Rutland, for the score.
That's the composure I was kind of expecting to see from San Diego right out the bat.
Let's get a look at that block again. Here we see.
That's the first one by Weaver. Ooh, a little hype up, self-hype up.
There's that big hug by Helton, and Weaver right there, just off the fingertips. And then that run through by Deanna Abrams. And then here we have that score again.
Really good, patient end zone offense by San Diego there. So now we'll see another San Diego D point. There's Deanna Abrams on the sideline with that run through D. And let's see another big pull from Dina Elamelig.
Arizona O-line. Looks like we'll be taking it from the brick as the pole did go out of bounds. Chang picking up the disc for Arizona. See immediate handler movement. 26 picking that up. Back to Chang. Chang letting one rip to the end zone.
Oh,
Number 17 tracking it down, and it is out the back.
So you can tell now that the wind is really playing a big factor here on how the disc is getting carried. It is a bit of a crosswind, but it's also a bit swirly, where you can see that it's unpredictable on these deep hucks. So we'll probably see a little bit of a shorter game. More short throws and unders.
Peden finding Ellie Melik, who is looking for Zettner, streaking deep.
Yeah.
Not able to reel it in. Arizona with a fast pickup here. Trying to move it downfield before San Diego has a chance to set up defensively. We have Chang with the disc again. And Arizona taking advantage of the defensive openness and moving that disc down.
Oh, great run through pressure by Alexis Stombaugh.
Ishii picking up, finding Jones, an unguarded Jones, who launches it.
Ooh, and there's Zena Elamelic running deep. Can she keep it in? Oh, just out of bounds, floated.
Wind here definitely a factor, and going to be an interesting game of which team can adjust to the wind quickest and best as this game progresses. Number 10 picking up for Arizona, Sunny Harris. And the disc.
Another turn. San Diego with a third break opportunity here.
Hoping to see both teams understand that the wind is playing this much of a factor into the play. We see Ellie Melik snagging that disc from Jones. Looking for Ishii. Finding Stamba. Back to Ishii. Ishii looking downfield. Finding Jones again. Handler's really driving this point, and Ishii for the score.
Wow, San Diego really able to just drive it up the open side. Lots of up lines, lots of straight undercuts on the open side. Hope to see Arizona cramp down a little more on that, protection of the open side.
Let's take a look at this again. Here we see the throw from Harris that drops just a little faster than the player can get to. Ellie Melik's grab. And then here we see Ishii's score for Super Bloom.
That give and go really is looking really good for San Diego in the handler space. A lot of quick movements, and I think with the wind, that's a good strategy for going forward, especially with those quick handlers like Avery Jones, Ishii.
Yeah, definitely, and that has been a staple for the Super Bloom program of the handler-driven give-go motion, which I expect Arizona has plans of how to shut that down, or at least slow it down, and force them to rely on their downfield players. Arizona here moving the disc downfield for their offensive point. We got Eifert back to Aragon. Finding Powell. Powell looking downfield. Back to Aragon. Handlers getting pushed back a little bit here, and a poach D by Iwamoto puts the disc back into Super Bloom's possession. Ellis with the disc. Looking for Weaver. Finding Iwamoto instead as they march up the break side. Walter tracking the disc for the score.
Another break from San Diego.
A very quick break, too. In the first few points we saw a lot more turnovers, a lot more give and go between the two teams. And then we'll see here Iwamoto with that poach grab, and then San Diego really quickly turning it into a score, using that break side to their advantage and not giving Arizona a chance to get the disc back.
That is great focus from Hannah Walter to track that down and catch that on the tailing edge. You can see the crowd really hyped up after that catch.
Arizona having taken a timeout here. What do you think is going on in the huddle there?
You know, I think they're probably taking shots that they're not needing to force. I could see the coaches kind of emphasizing a little bit on playing a little more conservative with the offense, making sure that they're really hitting the open players, because their folks are getting open. It's not that it's entirely shut down by the defense of San Diego. So I think we'll see a little bit, maybe more conservative looks from Arizona, and a little bit more adjustment to kind of these junk looks that San Diego's throwing on them straight out of the pull.
Yeah, definitely. I think Arizona here probably looking to, you know, their handler motion feels practice, feels comfortable. The chemistry there is definitely coming through. So I'm hoping that they're able to find those downfield connections as well, break through the super bloom defensive pressure downfield and get the disc moving fast and for the score. Ellie Mellick for the pull, and we are 4-1 San Diego to Arizona. Centering to Chang. Chang finding Harris. To Eifert, who's looking downfield, popped up, and Rutland on Bloom able to get the D, and Super Bloom moving the disc downfield. Ellie Mellick looking back for Weaver, a miscue there, and Arizona having a chance again, taking their time to set up. Chang picking up.
Looks like they're in their end zone set already.
Caught by 33 just outside of the end zone. Back to Chang. Back to Erickson. Erickson looking for dump.
San Diego switching the force to backhand. Oh, and a goal.
Looks like it is a goal by Alex Goldstein, able to capitalize on that change in force there.
Yeah, a really good patient end zone set by Arizona. I think that was wise to just kind of set it up right off the pickup and get their regular end zone set going, and I think that really paid off here.
Here we see that unfortunate miscue between Ellie Mellick and Weaver, and then Chang at the front of the end zone looking for the options, and then finding Goldstein right on the front of the end zone line.
Yeah, I mean, Chip Chang is just playing so well this game. It's like every other in the offensive sets are just, just a chip, and I think it's really great to see how Arizona has kind of used her and her skill set as a handler here.
O'Connell for the pull. Landing about half field. Looks like a side stack play from Super Bloom. Jones picking up, immediately launching out to Helton, who bids for the grab just outside of the end zone.
That
Huge bid. Patient, unfortunately, does not connect with Zettner, and Arizona with an opportunity for a break.
That is a bummer.
Yeah, unfortunate. Massive bid from Helton there. Here we go. Arizona centering to O'Connell. O'Connell looking down for Heaton. Heaton finding Cynthia Thomas.
San Diego looks like they're playing a bit of a forced middle here to try and junk up Arizona's looks. Oh, now looks like they're switched to
Spiegel on the sideline looking for an outlet. Cynthia Thomas able to come down with that. Looks like there might be a call. Thomas, one of Arizona's notable receivers, definitely someone they trust for those 50-50 grabs.
Yeah, I mean, she can come down with it for sure, but looks like a foul was called by Lexus Stambaugh.
It went to the observer. Observer called no foul. So this will stay with Thomas, who finds number 27, Janet Wan. Looking for Eifert. Eifert launching it downfield, finding...
Oh, that's the end of the first quarter.
Looks like... So the turnover was before the buzzer. So San Diego has an opportunity here. They get one possession. Time has expired on the first quarter. This is a game of possession. Jones streaking to the end zone. And that is a score for Super Bloom, bringing us to 5-2 out of the first quarter. What an amazing first quarter here. Let's take a look at that again. There is the miscue on Bloom. And then we see Thomas trying to keep that disc in hand. And then Super Bloom capitalizing on their last possession. Jones sneaking into the end zone for one last score for the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good hold from San Diego to finish out the quarter. We're now at 5-2 San Diego, and that gives them a comfortable lead in going into the second quarter here.
Yes, a lead by Super Bloom at the end of this first quarter, but not a comfortable lead.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how things play out, and I think Arizona maybe has some nerves. Coach was mentioning earlier the travel was quite difficult for the team, and these are professional athletes, she mentioned, and it's just the reality of this is folks have other personal commitments and things to do, and show up to games when they can, and really try to put their best foot forward, but it's not always easy, and yeah, we'll see how that shakes out here. I think that we'll see Arizona kind of hopefully get through some of those nerves that were there in the first quarter, and then we'll see how they carry through for the next three.
Yeah, an amazing first quarter by both teams, and we are going to see what each team brings to our second quarter. Score of 5, San Diego to Arizona's 2, 3 quarters ago. And we are back here in San Diego for Super Bloom's home opener against the Arizona Sidewinders. We ended the first quarter with 5-2 San Diego, and now we have Ellie Melick for the pull. Kay Powell receiving the pull, centering to Aragon.
San Diego again coming down with that junk handler set.
Arizona moving the disc up the field, finding their downfield cutters. 57 looking for handlers. Aragon again finding number 26, Pisani. Arizona really not facing as much pressure on this point. They are getting in for a score right out of
I mean, it feels like they just marched that up the field, and it wasn't too much defensive pressure there from San Diego. That's what I think the confidence of Arizona really shows out. You can see them when they are feeling good and able to make those connections more easily, that they can really just rely on their good players and strong offense to just march it up the field.
Yeah, and we see here in this point, a lot of touches across the 7-on for Arizona, really just playing catch with each other, marching it down the field, and then Powell for the score. Powell, a first-time captain for Sidewinders this year, offering, having been on the team for many years and now offering her voice as a point of leadership. And the coaches say that that is integrated very well for Arizona. Arizona now with a defensive opportunity. Centering to Abrams for Bloom. To Helton. Helton launching it downfield, looking for Ellie Mellick. Ellie Mellick covered by 2 Arizona players, and now Arizona with an opportunity to score a break. Unfortunate drop by Arizona. And now Super Bloom right outside the end zone. Abrams finding Weaver for a score.
Yeah, that was a good look by San Diego. I mean, that unfortunate turn, but then really just able to do a fast break out of the Arizona turn and just march it into the end zone. Really attacking the open side again and again.
Yeah, definitely. We saw Super Bloom capitalize on that Arizona turnover. Arizona, though, also generating that turn when Helton launched it to Ellie Mellick, and as you can see, that double coverage there.
Yeah, and really great help D by Janet Wan.
And then the score by Bloom. Weaver in the end zone.
Another big pull coming out from Kayla Helton.
Fielded by Powell. Centering to Aragon, who finds downfield number 33. Arizona again moving downfield with ease. Now we're back into a handler set. Chang on the far sideline, looking for Aragon, looking downfield.
Stall was called.
Just a reminder that for the Western Ultimate League, stall is at 7. Stall being upheld. Jones picking up for Bloom. Centering to Stamba. Finding Howland on the far side. He finds Peden. Bloom looking for some vertical motion off the fingertips of Helton, and Arizona back in possession of the disc.
Arizona here really using the width of the field, making sure to hit the break side and the open side as widely as they can.
Aragon putting it up. Number 26, Pisani tracking it down, but Zettner with some great defensive pressure there.
Yes, again, some really good help D. I think both of these teams have been playing a lot of Team D and making sure that they're able to catch these popped up discs that, just keep happening due to the wind. Good spirit from both teams here.
Jones picking up on their own end zone line to Howland. Howland finding Helton. Helton looking deep for a streaking Peden. Chang hot on the trail, unable to get that block. And then we see Peden launch for a Zettner layout score.
That was what we came here to see.
Big play by Zettner there to keep that disc inbounds and up.
Yeah, we see the bookend signs coming up here. Remember Zettner with that huge help D on the other side of the field against Arizona. That really working our way back to the other end zone for that massive, massive score. And
Zettner
really
coming off of a Club Nationals win this past club season. Here we see that help D. Zettner able to get in the way of that disc, and then here for the big layout grab.
Oh, yes.
Great form.
Great form. San Diego's probably feeling really hype after that.
Yeah, definitely big energy on the San Diego side. Arizona putting out their O-line. Arizona picking up on the far sideline, looking to Aragon. Finding 17, Donahue downfield. Gets it back to O'Connell.
Oh, near run through D by
O'Connell really driving this offense here with Aragon. Arizona just outside of the end zone here.
Whoa.
Aragon with a cheeky outside in flick,
Oh,
finding 17 Donahue for the score, bringing us to Arizona 4, San Diego 7.
That was just a visionary outside in look there from Aragon.
Here we see Aragon on one side of the end zone and then finding Donahue virtually unguarded, able to hit her on across the end zone.
That's the kind of looks we want to see from Arizona. Just wide open players with lots of space. It's going to be really helpful to hit those, open lanes where players can run onto it with San Diego's tight defense.
Definitely. And we're seeing Arizona really relying on the experience of their handlers, and it is paying off for Arizona. Abrams picking up for Bloom. Seeing a streaking Helton. Oh, but looks like the disc is out of bounds. Arizona with a break opportunity. O'Connell picking up for Arizona.
You'll see the beanbag thrown by the observer on where the disc went out of bounds.
An unfortunate backwards turnover for Arizona, putting Bloom right on the end zone doorstep here. Abrams picking up Bloom, and there's end zone off. Weaver grabbing the disc from Abrams. Weaver finding Helton for the score.
That's just some solid end zone offense there from San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego definitely benefiting from the chemistry between these players who have played together on club teams, Worlds teams together.
Here's that.
And there we see just overthrown a bit for the for the handler on Arizona, and then Super Bloom, Weaver with the disc, finding Helton right there on the front of the end zone line.
There we see new coach Goose Helton chatting to the line there.
There we go. We see Chang fielding the disc for Arizona, centering to Aragon. Arizona very quick in their movement right off of the pole, finding Powell. Back to Aragon. Aragon finding number 57, Stetmeyer. Great grab by Arizona there. Pisani able focus. To reel that in. Back to Stetmeyer. To K. Powell for the score. A very quick score for Arizona.
K-Paul really showing out today. I mean, first game as captain, and I think this is her second goal. Just really quick on the give and goes of their handler experience, looking very strong today.
Here we see Pisani with that grab over Helton. And then finding Stetmeyer just outside the end zone, who finds Powell for the score. Again, Arizona really capitalizing on moving the disc as quickly as possible, trusting in their teammates, and burning through the San Diego defense before they can get fully set up and generating Ds.
Yep. We are at 5 Arizona, 8 San Diego. What do we call that score, Jory?
One of the most dangerous scores in Ultimate.
We'll see if Arizona can make a big comeback now.
Here we go. Walter centering to Iwamoto. Iwamoto looking downfield for Weaver. Weaver launching it to Eli Melik, who can reel it in for a nice, easy pull play score for San Diego Super Bloom.
Not too many pull plays being executed successfully this game, right? I think this might be the second one. We had another one maybe earlier with, I think, on San Diego as well. But I think with the win, teams are having trouble executing, as well as some of the junk defense that's getting put out by both teams.
Here we see Weaver immediately looking downfield for Eli Melik. Great help defense pressure there by Arizona, but Eli Melik famously successful in the air for those big hucks and reeling them in for scores. And we see Eli Melik on the line again, as well as Weaver and Helton back out there. San Diego really relying on their powerhouse players to play these back-to-back points. Aragon with the disc for Arizona. Miscue there to number 33, Erickson. Bloom with an opportunity for a break. Kaya Phillips in the center of the field to Helton, who finds Mika Leslie. Unfortunate drop there by Rutland. And Arizona with the opportunity again. Aragon picking up to Powell. Powell going across the field, finding number 17, Donahue, who keeps moving the disc down. Finding Stetmeyer. Back to Powell. Powell launching it downfield, looking for Erickson. Just a little too far there. San Diego now having to move the disc all the way back up the field. And a timeout is called on San Diego Super Bloom.
Yeah, I think that it's a good call by the coaches here. Maybe get some of their offensive specialists out and try and force another.
Right, exactly. So just a reminder here that when a timeout is called by either team, that allows for personnel switches on both teams. So a timeout is called, you can switch out as many players as desired on both sides, so defensively or offensively. So we'll probably see some of Arizona's key defensive players coming out there. I see Thomas coming out, Eifert as well. Mm-hmm. Folks at Arizona are hoping to generate Ds, and Super Bloom also putting out some of their offensive trusted cutters and handlers to punch it in.
Yeah, we'll see. I actually don't think that San Diego made any personnel changes, interestingly.
Maybe just taking this opportunity to come up with a pull play, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean that's the original intent. I think playing USAU rules of calling a timeout. Interesting choice by the coaches not to switch anybody out, but I think that just indicates the trust that the coaches have in the players, and they're happy with who's on and want to see them punch it in.
Here we have Weaver picking up immediately to Helton. Helton looking downfield. Thomas there to capitalize on a miscue. Getting it to Eifert. Eifert looking for an outlet. Finding number 3, who finds Chang. Just outside of the end zone. Stetmeyer looking for Chang, and back to Stetmeyer. Just bopping between the two of these players for the score.
I mean, some
Arizona
really good quick give and go action straight off the turnover from San Diego to really capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, an amazing thing for Arizona to do out of a timeout as a defensive point, then able to convert into a score.
Cynthia Thomas with that very good poach D there.
And then here we see Chang and Setmeyer just playing a little back and forth toss for the score. We have San Diego leading Arizona 9-6. Arizona bringing a lot of energy to both their defensive and offensive points. I think as the mistakes filter out and the jitters filter out, they're showing the league that they are a threat. They are a force to be reckoned with both their returners and their newer players bringing new dynamic energy. Jones in the center of the field for Super Bloom, letting a huge rip off to Stamba. Double coverage there by Arizona. Chang and Eifert both making sure that did not connect.
Yeah, I mean, I think the disc hung a little bit longer than Avery Jones was intending. And so, I mean, Lexa did have quite a lot of yardage, but Chip and, the other help defender really able to track that down.
Ross on the sideline with the disc for Arizona. Looking for an up line. Not able to connect. Jones hanging over the disc.
Stall was called at the
Stall
disc.
was called.
Uncontested stall.
Uncontested stall, so the disc will play from the point of the stall, bringing Bloom that much closer to a score. Jones immediately letting a break off to Helton, who's able to, amazing body control, toe it in, and that is a score for San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic, though, effort there, I think, by Eifert. Just really trying to get that layout if they could.
Yeah, amazing pressure there by Eifert. And here we see that upline miscue. There's that break from Jones, knee to the ground. A huge bid by Eifert there.
Inches away, yeah.
Eifert, a dominant defensive power for Arizona. Definitely a matchup they're looking to put on San Diego's players like Helton, and for good reason.
Yeah. Let's see if San Diego can pull out another break here. We've got Elimelech with the pull.
A high pull letting San Diego set up. Aragon picking up in the center of the field, looking to Powell. Handlers playing a little back and forth with each other. Downfield, though, opens up with number 33, Erickson. Gets it to Harris. Harris looking for Aragon as an outlet. Aragon moving it to the center of the field, back to Powell. Again, great handler movement here by Arizona. Powell putting it up for Aragon, who reels it in for a score.
Oh my gosh, stunning. Stunning movement by Arizona on that point there.
Love when a handler's in the end zone.
Yeah, what was Aragon doing over there?
Let's find out. Here's a replay. Here we see Powell getting it over to Harris. Powell getting it back. And during that time, Aragon was streaking deep, clearing the space.
Such a clever move from the handler to just dump and go. I think San Diego defender caught on their heels.
We are just over 2 minutes left in this quarter, with San Diego maintaining a 3-point lead over Arizona, but Arizona inching up every point. And Eifert for the pull.
Nice pull from Eifert, just over almost 3/4 of the way down the field.
Abrams picking up, finding Helton. Helton looking for Ellie Mellick, going deep. 3 Arizona defenders in the space, and Ellie Mellick coming down with the score. A nice hug there from Thomas and Ellie Mellick.
Oh my God. How many defenders was that?
3.
Oh my goodness. Count them, man. That is amazing.
That was quite a trust play there from Helton to Ellie Mellick again.
But we got to see that again. I mean,
there's Helton with a grab, spying Ellie Mellick. Ellie Mellick turning over the shoulder. 3 Arizona defenders, and Ellie Mellick coming down with that score.
Oh man, I think Cynthia Thomas even surprised that she was able to focus it and get that that smile, and congratulations at the end.
Yeah, great pressure by Arizona there, but Ellie Mellick in the air is a hard thing to beat.
All right, we got Helton back on the field with the pull. Powell with the pickup to Aragon.
Aragon shooting it deep, looking for Pisani.
Oh my goodness, what a run by Pisani, just at the end zone.
An amazing play. Aragon looking for a score to Pisani.
Oh
Cheeky.
my goodness.
Was that push pass?
I think that was a push pass.
Was that a push pass score to
gosh.
Pisani?
You know, Pisani is one of my favorite cutters on Arizona because she's kind of sneaky, where she will just come out of nowhere.
Let's get a
look at this
replay of that. There's
look.
Aragon launching it to Pisani.
Oh my gosh, so fast.
So fast. Just outside of the end zone. Finding Aragon again, and they said, what if the two of us just scored and threw this whole point? And that is a push pass. Pisani able to reel it in just over Jones's head.
Oh my gosh. Aragon has to add a little flair to it.
Push pass in the wind.
I mean,
Bold.
I feel like I'm excited because Arizona has really loosened up, and I think they're finding the joy in this game. Just some really good deep looks now. I said earlier that, you know, maybe deep looks weren't going to be the answer, but I think I was wrong. I'm going to say it.
And maybe they are the answer.
Deep looks and push passes might be the
Deep looks
answer.
and push passes, key to the game here. I agree. Arizona looking like the jitters are off, finding that chemistry and connection with their downfield players and trusting in the depth of their handler line. Iwamoto picking up for San Diego to Ellis. A bit of a sag by Arizona.
Yeah.
Walter with the disc, finding Ellie Mellick on the far side. Ellie Mellick looking for an outlet, finding Juan. Back to Walter. Across the field to Ellis, who finds Ellie Mellick. To Bile. Back to Ellis. Ellis really running this to Bile for the score.
Oh my goodness. Good focus there by San Diego. There was a lot of gusty, bobbly throws, and I think the receivers did a good job of being focused and making sure that this made into hands all the way.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of good flow there. Ellis making sure to be almost every other on that point.
Beautiful.
Here we see Ellis's backhand to Ellie Mellick, who finds Bile. Immediate give and go to Ellis, who says, here you go, here's the score.
Lovely. All right, we got another pull from Kayla Helton here.
Just under a minute left, and it is San Diego leading 12-8. Arizona looking to get some quick scores here, closing up that gap in the score. Here we go, back to Aragon, who's looking for Chang. A bit of a sag by Bloom as well on the handlers, making them throw horizontally, little passes, but they are marching up the field, waiting for an opportunity for something downfield to open up. Back to Chang.
Not a lot of downfield action here yet from Arizona.
Harris back to Chang again. Handlers just playing pass with each other. A little bit more defensive pressure by Bloom here. And that is the timer running out, meaning this is last possession for the quarter. Aragon with a great grab there. Looking upfield to Chang. Chang with a hammer across the field to Donahue. Donahue finding number 57, Stetmeyer. Back to Aragon. Great patience here.
Oh, my goodness.
And Hilton.
The commentator's curse with that one.
Hilton there
popped out
to
of nowhere.
make sure that with the last possession, there is no score. And so we were going into half with a score of San Diego 12, Arizona 8.
Yeah.
What a first half.
What a first half. I mean, that was very exciting. And I think Arizona's feeling a little bit disappointed with the not being able to punch that in, but it would have made the next half much easier. But, yeah, I mean, really, really good to see Arizona picking it up, finding that joy in the game, and really just, playing well this especially the second quarter here.
I agree. Definitely a stronger second quarter from Arizona here. I think exactly what the coaching staff was talking about. They are building on their momentum even within this game. I know they were talking about it across the season, but they are, you can see, visibly building on it within this game and leaning on their returner chemistry, that experience, that depth, while also integrating the rookies. And let's go down to the field for our halftime interview with one of the San Diego players.
Hi, I am here with Lexa Stambaugh, a longtime player and captain for Super Bloom. Lexa, how does it feel out there for opening weekend, first game of the season?
It's really exciting. We're having such a good time. We're really trying to implement all the things that we've been practicing for like a few months up to this point. So it feels good to actually be playing another team for the first time. Iron sharpens iron, they say, so everybody's competition has been superb so far this year.
Great. It seems like y'all are doing a new thing this season and putting a set line out and just rotating through that line. How does that feel? Is it building chemistry? How's it helping y'all out there?
Yeah, we have a great roster, top to bottom, bottom to top, and we trust everybody on the field to basically make the play that they need to make. So we've been rotating through fairly even lines, and it's been feeling great. We love it.
Any adjustments for the second half we should expect to see?
They are obviously going to keep on pushing the pace, so we really have to meet them where they're at there. So we've been trying to shut down their handler core because they are excellent. And then we're going to be continuing to put pressure on the cutters downfield because they are also excellent. So.
Great. Thank you, Lexa. Good luck in the second half. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you. Well, that was great to hear from down on the field. Looks like San Diego's really excited for this next half, and we'll see what they pull out this next half.
Yeah, an amazing first half there by Arizona and San Diego, really going back and forth in the beginning there. We saw some drops, some nerves, some of the wind coming into play. And on both sides, the second quarter definitely stronger. We're getting our tempo into place and excited to see how both teams build on that in the second half. We know that San Diego has a pretty deep roster. As we heard on that sideline interview, they're rotating through what are three even lines, distributing that experience between those three lines. And Arizona doing a great job of integrating their experienced players with their newer players who are bringing in, there's an element of unknown to those newer players.
Yeah.
Other teams haven't faced them yet on this format in this league, and so they're able to kind of show what they can bring to the table. And I think as they get more comfortable, it's coming through. We're seeing that movement down the field, and Arizona capitalizing both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, I mean, some of the rookies, really, really showing out and playing team defense out of this first half. I think, we're going to see a lot more of that in the second half, and hopefully some big blocks get generated for Arizona, and they can come back with some of these breaks in this next half.
Yeah, exciting first half and a second half to come with hopefully more big plays, and we'll see what play gets picked as the Discraft play of the game. Discraft, our official sponsor for the league, and the disc that you can rely on for these huge plays out on the field.
That's right.
And we will be right back after this commercial.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. You know you like that. 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 You know you like that.
we are almost starting the second half of this game. San Diego versus Arizona. San Diego going into the second half leading 12-8. What are you expecting to see in terms of like strategy changes or, you know, staying true to the strategy they played in the first half from Arizona?
From Arizona, I think that their junk looks have been working. San Diego in the second quarter had pulled out a couple pull plays that I think were punishing for Arizona. So I would expect to see Arizona pull in some more interesting defensive looks, maybe more than a sag, and be interested to see if they end up throwing a zone. But yeah, I mean, I think though they're playing quite well and forcing some turns from San Diego. It's not that San Diego's been able to march it up so easily every point. On the other hand, though, they do need to make sure that they are capitalizing on their break opportunities. They are down 3 breaks at this point and really need to make sure that they're being conservative on their defense, their offense, as we say, when defense gets possession.
Yeah, definitely agree here that Arizona is able to stuff up some of the San Diego pull plays, and they just need to capitalize on that defensive offensive play. And here we have Arizona pulling to San Diego. Ishii fielding that pull to Iwamoto, back to Ishii, looking like you get your wish, and there is a zone play coming out from Arizona, but these handlers on Bloom moving quick, trying to get past that zone cup. Ishii with the disc, finding Iwamoto. Iwamoto through the cup to Zettner. Zettner finding Jones. And San Diego just outside of their end zone. Arizona still in their zone look. Iwamoto looking for Jones. Jones now trapped on the sideline, finding Iwamoto. Just back and forth between Iwamoto and Jones. Ishii in there as well. A scoober from Iwamoto to Jones. I will say, if there's a line of handlers to throw zone on, I'm not sure Iwamoto and Jones, and Ishii is the one for it. And that is a scoober score to Julia Peden from Iwamoto.
I mean, just really strong accuracy on those upside down throws from Iwamoto there.
Here we see the replay, just the dink and doink between these handlers. The first scoober from Iwamoto. Iwamoto, an avid player of Goldie, so you know those scoobers are ready to go as she fakes them and throws them for the score as well.
I mean, I will say that Arizona did do a good job of isolating San Diego to the force side. Until that scoober look from Iwamoto, they really were having to play all on the open side, and I thought maybe Arizona would get lucky and there would be a bobble or a drop there from San Diego, but good composure on the offense.
Definitely. Yeah, Arizona throwing that zone, just testing to see what San Diego would do, and that handler line in particular, pretty lethal against the zone, very composed. Yeah. And here we have Bloom pulling to Arizona, Chang fielding it up to Powell. Powell looking downfield, finding number 33, Erickson, back to Chang, who finds Harris. Arizona handlers playing with each other right now as the downfield is up against some pretty tight person. D, breakaway to Donahue, who's looking for Chang. Chang out,
good handler
finding Powell. Who finds Erickson, who gives it back to Harris, who gives it to Powell. Again, handlers doing a primary part of the movement here. Donahue, again, a great outlet for them. Chang with the disc, looking downfield, sees a Stepmeyer in the end zone, but holsters it, finds Harris instead, who finds Powell back in the center of the field. Great position for Arizona here, who finds Chang. And an unfortunate drop there by Powell. And now Super Bloom with the opportunity for a break chance. Walter finding Weaver. Weaver looking for Walter again. Walter letting it shoot to Ellie Melik, who was not quite ready to go.
Just a little too far. I think floated further than they were expecting.
And now we see Arizona with an opportunity to score. Chang finding 33 Erickson, who gives it back to Harris. Harris to Pisani. Chang on the sideline looking for Powell. Powell in the center looking downfield, giving it back to Chang, who tries to find Stetmeyer, but it does look like there is a foul called on that play by Stetmeyer and the Bloom player, number 30, Bile. And the players on the field discussing that call, going to the observer. Observer saying no foul. So this will stay a San Diego Super Bloom disc. Ellie Melik picking up immediately to Iwamoto, who finds Bile. Bile looking downfield. Back to Iwamoto, though. Iwamoto without a mark. Going across the field. Juan with a great bit there trying to keep possession, but Arizona now with their opportunity to score. Chang picking up, looking downfield, and Stetmeyer coming down with a great grab there. Back to Stetmeyer. Chang looking for Harris, who finds Stetmeyer again. Kasani with that grab.
Arizona
Back
really
to
digging
Chang.
with this possession here.
Chang with a hammer across the field to Donahue, who manages to keep that within bounds. Back to Harris, to Powell, to Harris, to Powell again. Handler's really getting this movement going while the downfield gets ready. And that is a score for Arizona. 17, Donahue able to reel it in for Arizona.
Really great work on the Arizona offense there to really dig that through. I mean, they grinded on a lot of those points, a lot of pressure, strong pressure from San Diego's defense, and, you know, just good focus from all of the offensive receivers to make sure that they were catching those kind of tight window.
Let's take a look at that replay here. Here's that hammer from Chang. Chang known for that. And first point of contact there from Donahue was in bounds as the observer made that in-out call. And then we see Chang pulling up to allow Donahue to make that score.
That's good communication there from the team.
All right, so we are seeing a defensive look here. Eifert for the pull. Let's see what kind of play San Diego has out of this point. We see Abrams to Helton, who lets a huge throw rip to Zettner downfield for the score. A little bit of incidental contact there, but Zettner able to hang on to that disc for the score. Looks like that played kind of how they drew it up.
That's probably what they were hoping for.
Here we see Abrams with those fun pink friction gloves there to Helton with that massive rip, and Zettner tracking it down, focused the entire time for the score.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that Arizona didn't throw any junk looks in there, as they had been doing in the previous quarters. But, you know, I'll be excited to see them throw another zone look out in the future. I think that worked well and slowed down San Diego's offense.
Yeah, definitely slowed them down. And I'm wondering, though, if the fact that it is slowing it down, and they have quite a deficit of points to make up, that is maybe why they're choosing not to throw a zone, is because they would rather rely on hard player defensive looks, generating Ds that way for a quick turn. And we have Arizona on offense here. Aragon to... Oh, and a great possession grab there by number 56, Goldstein, who gets it back to Powell. To Chang. Again, seeing Powell, Chang, and Aragon out here for Arizona. Really decisive handler movement. Finding the outlet in the cutters when they can. For a great grab there down the center. Back to Powell.
Oh,
good
inches.
pressure there by Ishii, but Aragon holding onto the disc, getting into Chang. Chang directing traffic down there. An unfortunate miscommunication there. Eifert trying to cut back and allowing Super Bloom to get an opportunity here for a break. And Kayla sees a streaking Howland. Will it stay floating long enough? Not quite.
Oh, man.
Looks like there was just a little too much mustard on that.
Not enough time for Howland to catch up.
And now we have Powell with the disc for Arizona. Aragon in the center to
San
Chang.
Diego does a really good job of putting their right defenders on the handlers. You'll see that the same type of folks will run down and mark up on those handlers because they just have that specialty and are able to really understand these personnel and how they make their runs and plays.
Yes, great smart matchups there. Eifert with pressure from Zettner, keeping the disc in possession for Arizona. Finding Erickson to Goldstein, who lets it up, but Helton in the way. Helton picking up for a fast break opportunity here to Stamba, who finds Zettner, who says, do you want that disc back, Helton?
Oh, my goodness.
And
how did you get there so fast?
The rest of the team catching up, and Helton finding Keaton for the score in the end zone.
You made a good point earlier about clock management and the importance of having points go fast when you're on a larger deficit. I think Arizona probably wanted to have this point go a little bit quicker because they're down. They were down 5 points earlier.
Yeah, let's take a look at that again. Here we see Helton after that quick pickup, finding Hallen, not quite connecting. Another launch from Arizona there, but that was when Helton got in the way. And we see Zettner with a great huck to Helton, who finds Peden, the closest teammate there. Somehow Helton just got down there so fast.
Can we call that a hockey bookends?
Sure.
If it's the assist to the...
Sure, you heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. New term, hockey bookends. Arizona picking up Chang to Harris, who finds 22. Lindsay Doyle on the home sideline. Back to Chang. Chang looking downfield, but finding Harris, who finds O'Connell. Handlers on Arizona trying to work through this defensive look.
Oh.
A good idea there by Chang, seeing an open player with an opportunity to score fast, which is what Arizona needs, but just not able to connect. Weaver putting a big huck up to Juan. Juan not able to fully reel that in, and Chang picking up quick. O'Connell with the disc, finding Doyle. Finding Stetmeyer. Back to Donahue across the field to Doyle. Looks like there was a little bit of a run-in behind the disc there. No call, just thumbs up. We're all good. And Doyle with the disc in the center. Looking for Chang as outlet. Back to Doyle. Finding O'Connell, but there was a pick call there on O'Connell, so disc will go back. Just a reminder that in the Western Ultimate League, picks are within 2 yards or 6 feet. A little bit different than our club rules, which is 10 feet. Chang with the disc. Back to O'Connell. A little crowded in the backspace for Arizona, but they're able to push it up to Harris, who finds number 19, Spiegel, Madison Spiegel, right in the middle of the end zone for the score.
Madison Spiegel, another player that the coaches told us to look out for. I mean, she's not much of a flashy player, but really does what the team needs her to do. Last year had no errors throwing or receiving for the entire season, which is just a great stat to have, to be honest. I don't think I could say that about myself.
Yeah, definitely an impactful kind of player where you might not see an immediate flashy kind of play, but reeling it in for the score when needed, generating team Ds when needed, the kind of player that is needed on every team to keep things churning. And now we have a D look from Arizona here. Number 3, Leah Jamison for the pull. Arizona, again, they need to generate a quick turn here and a break score if they're going to make up the difference in points and bring that score closer together. Abrams picking up here. Immediate look to Helton, who then finds Phillips in the end zone.
Kaya Phillips, a rookie for San Diego this year. Big defensive player, but out here on offense doing everything.
Yeah, Kaya Phillips is a new player to San Diego Super Bloom, but not new to Ultimate, and has, if you keep an eye on her, an incredible closing speed, built for run-through Ds, but also useful for scoring. As you can see here, just striding into the end zone there.
Incredibly fast, and just excited to see what she brings this season.
So now we have Arizona O-line back out on the line. Super Bloom here, I think the strategy is to slow the game down, but we'll see. Maybe they want to generate those turns quickly as well. Just build on those points, keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a wide open Kaya Phillips in the end zone, I just don't know how you're going to look that up.
A little bit of a sag here from Bloom, trying to slow down Arizona. We see Aragon and Chang slicing through to Pisani. Pisani really a huge outlet for the handlers for Arizona. Right place, right time kind of player.
Yeah, her and Donahue really open up the handler motion. Ooh, and a very close, almost layup bid by Avery Jones.
Avery Jones hunting, but Arizona steady and composed as they march up the field, trying to get another score on the board. Powell to Chang, casual bid there. Back to Powell. Who finds Aragon.
The Three Musketeers doing their handler weaves.
Aragon to Powell, but a little bit too far. Powell with a bid, unable to keep possession of the disc. And we have Yu Ishii picking up for Bloom on the far sideline. And a big huck there.
Oh my God, another
triple coverage.
Oh my goodness.
And Helton putting it up for Hallen, but I feel like the wind just took that a little far. And it definitely sailed past the receiver. Let's take a look at that again. Great throw here from Ishii. Helton going up early.
Oh man, just an unfortunate turn there. We call that in the great sport of ultimate conservation of glory.
Arizona here with an opportunity, but a miscue, trying to throw over what looked like a slight junk look from Super Bloom. Stamba picking up to Ishii.
I mean, overall good for San Diego. 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and they've got possession, so looking pretty good in terms of clock management here.
Yeah. Looking to run the clock out, so it is, there we go. Clock has run out. This is the last possession of the quarter. An unfortunate turn there as the disc popped up. Hallen unable to hang on to the disc, and that is the end of the third quarter here. We are going into the fourth and final quarter with a score of San Diego 16 to Arizona's 10. We will be right back after this short break. Welcome back. We are seeing the teams here huddled up and ready to go into the fourth and final quarter. We just wanted to take a moment to thank all of the official sponsors and partners for the Western Ultimate League. And that is Discraft, the official disc of the Western Ultimate League. As you can see here, it has been floating gloriously in the San Diego wind.
A beautiful 175 grams of plastic.
We also have our official apparel provider for the league, Breakmark. If you love the jerseys you see down here on the field, please feel free to visit the Breakmark stores for these teams and rep your favorite players, your favorite teams. And last but not least, Friction Gloves. Some of these amazing grabs, amazing throws are brought to you by Friction Gloves, the official partner for the Western Ultimate League. And we are starting the fourth and final quarter with Ellie Mellick for San Diego on the pole.
Let's see how quick Arizona comes out.
Immediate center to Aragon, who finds Powell.
San Diego, again, their junk zone here.
Yeah, really trying to stop any downfield throws by Arizona, keep them just passing between the handlers. They know that Arizona is great when they have a huck. They come down with a lot of 50-50 shots and also have great hucks regardless. So trying to stifle that is proving effective for San Diego, but Arizona is marching it down the field.
That's that quick give and go motion that I was loving earlier.
An amazing body control there by number 57, Stetmeyer, with that outside in throw from Aragon. And that is a score for Arizona, bringing them to 12.
Wow, in the sunglasses with style. I love it.
Let's take a look at that shot again. Here we see Powell making it to Stetmeyer, to Aragon. A little give go there, and Stetmeyer with the bid, keeping the toes in.
very. I mean, that was a very quick score from Arizona. I think only, less than a minute to punch that in. They got to keep that pace up and do it with a few breaks in order to really make up the margin.
Yes, and that margin is 16-11 Arizona. I misspoke earlier. Thought they went up to 12. They are at 11, and they are closing in. The goal here for Arizona is to generate turns and score fast. Abrams for Bloom picking up. Tries to find Leslie. Leslie with an unfortunate
break chance for Arizona here. Let's see what they can do.
O'Connell picking up, finding Eifert. Looking downfield. A little bit, 2 players in one spot, and they come down with it to Thomas, who finds Jamison. Back to Thomas, to number 27, Janet Wynn, to O'Connell. And that is a score.
My goodness. That's a break for Arizona.
That is Spiegel again in the end zone, and a very quick score for Arizona. A break, as you mentioned. And that is exactly what Arizona needs right now. Now they're at 12.
Unfortunate drop there.
And then we see Wan with the throw to O'Connell. And Spiegel, right place, right time.
I mean, this could shift the momentum for Arizona in a big way. One quarter left, I think. They really got to work fast and make up this margin.
And we have Eifert getting ready for the pull on Arizona's side. Here we go. Nice hang there on that pull. Jones fielding it up to Ishii. Ishii looking downfield, looking for Helton. Eifert throwing that mark on Helton. Good pressure by Arizona here. Oh, great bid attempt there. Peden able to hang onto that disc. Back to Ishii. Across the field to Zettner, who looks down for Avery Jones. Not quite in. Looking for Hallen, and Arizona defensive players there to capitalize on the opportunity.
Another break chance.
Another break chance for Arizona. They do have to walk it up the entirety of the field. Let's see. We got O'Connell in the center, looking downfield, finding number 20, Heaton. Back to O'Connell, back to Heaton. Bloom putting on their junk look. Again, trying to stop those downfield looks. Keep the disc here with horizontal throws across the field. Got number 3, Jamison, on the sideline to Eifert. Eifert looking downfield to Thomas.
Injury called here.
Injury called.
It's like a hard fall there for a disc that was just popping up over the heads. Avery Jones with the pickup now. About halfway. Oh my goodness, a massive, massive hand block.
That is, massive hand block
Wan.
from Janet Wan on Arizona. Doing a lot of work here for Arizona on this point defensively.
Timeout called.
Timeout called, and I'm assuming we're going to see some personnel change here from Arizona's side. They're probably going to want to put in those veteran O-line handlers that they have. Make sure that they get this score as quickly and efficiently as possible. Wondering if we'll see too much personnel change on the Super Bloom side. This is a break chance for Arizona, and it would bring that margin in that much closer. We still have 8.5 minutes left in this quarter. Let's take a look at that block again. Here we see Jones with the disc, and Wan able to just read where Jones wanted to throw.
Man, as a thrower, you just hate to see that happen.
Looks like the timeout is wrapping up here. Yeah, we do see some personnel change on Super Bloom as well as Arizona. We see our stalwart handlers back in. We see Aragon picking up. Chang and Powell also switched in. We see Pisani and Donahue in as well downfield. Aragon launching it, high stall launch, trying to get it to number 33. Erickson not quite able to connect, and Jones picking up. Immediately looking for Weaver, who finds Peden. Peden seeing Helton downfield. Helton finding that disc.
my goodness.
Beautiful read there. Seeing Zettner streaking. We've seen this before.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is a score for Super Bloom.
Man, what composure there for Super Bloom's offense. Defense, I should say. I mean, really, I think it was originally an 0 point for San Diego, but with some of the personnel changes, it looked a little bit more defense heavy.
Let's take a look at that again. Here we see that high stall launch from Aragon. Honestly, beautiful huck there.
I have to say. I have to agree. But Teresa Zettner is just one of those defensive deep specialists, able to track it down. And look at this read.
Speaking of specialists.
Yeah,
look
at this read
beautiful
by Kayla
read.
Helton. My goodness.
Extremely literate.
It was like a
Kayla Helton.
literate 360 turn snowboarder as well.
It's like she has a sixth sense of where the disc is, you know? And now we have a defensive look from Super Bloom and Arizona's O-line out in force. We see Chang getting it to Powell. To Harris. Back to Powell. Again, stifled a bit downfield, but finding Eifert, who then finds Goldstein, getting it back to Powell. Handlers pushing it up inch by inch, and yet Caitlin Weaver with a good read there. Do we call that a hand block? That is a hand block, right?
I think that's a hand block. I think that might also be the second one of this game from Weaver.
And we see Walter picking up to Ellie Melick, to Ellis, finding Weaver. San Diego playing smart offense here, maintaining that possession. Ellis telling Iwamoto where to go. Iwamoto back to Weaver. Finding Juan.
Disciplined end zone set from San Diego.
Iwamoto to Walter. To Weaver. And Bile for the score. And that's a hockey bookends?
That's a hockey bookends. Oh, there's a call on the field.
There is a call. And unaffects the play, so it is a score for San Diego Super Bloom.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a pick was called. But the players involved were not involved with the goal.
Let's take a look at this block again.
Ooh.
Yeah, just tips it up. Harris trying to throw over Weaver. And then here we see that disciplined end zone set by San Diego Super Bloom.
I love the little self-hype that Weaver does when she does something awesome. I feel like as players we should have good, positive self-talk.
Yeah, be your own biggest fan.
Be your own biggest fan. And Caitlin Weaver's a great example of finding the joy in the little wins like this.
Definitely. If you're Arizona right now, what are you thinking on offensive strategy?
I'm thinking pull play. The thing is, San Diego keeps throwing that junk, which is really making it challenging for them to effectively run these. But they do need to save time here, and really get their defense on so that they can generate those turns and get those breaks back.
Agreed. We have O'Connell with the disc on the far side. Back to Aragon. Aragon looking downfield, not finding anything. Back to O'Connell. O'Connell letting a big backhand rip, but Helton is out there hunting. And now we have a break chance for San Diego Super Bloom. Abrams finding Ellie Mellick. Ellie Mellick, huge rip to a streaking Kaya Phillips for the score.
What a great game she's having.
This is her debut game in the Western Ultimate League, and she's having a great time.
I mean, that's a break from San Diego right there.
A quick break, too.
Yeah, a very quick one.
Let's take a look at that again. Here we see Abrams, who gets to Ellie Mellick. Ellie Mellick using that length to get a big backhand out to Kaya Phillips. Great read there by Kaya Phillips.
Man, this has been a really exciting debut for San Diego. I think we have a lot to look forward to this season with just the chemistry that they have. I mean, they're really just going to take this. If they play the way they're playing this game, I think it's going to be a really good season for them.
And San Diego running down for defense. Arizona centering to Aragon. San Diego continuing their junk look and generating a D
huge
by
block by Teresa
Zettner.
Zettner.
Stamba picking up to Ishii. Ishii finding Hallen. To Zettner. Zettner looking for Ishii for an outlet. Ishii finds Jones. Jones says, almost. Trying to connect to Hallen, but there does look like there was a travel call back on Ishii. Waiting to see what the observers rule in terms of possession, since it does seem like it was a turnover there from Hallen.
Yeah.
But with a travel call being on Ishii, which was 2 throws back.
Yeah, the disc should be sent back to Ishii.
A lot of pointing on the field.
Let's take a look at that travel again to see.
Here we have Ishii. There's a fake there.
That step on the follow through.
For the folks at home, a travel is when your established pivot foot lifts up, you take a step with it, or also you change direction in the momentum, the 3-step momentum, which is considered an unfair advantage. So disc is back with Ishii, who finds Jones. And Jones to Hallen, same personnel, just the other side of the field.
It's so nice they had to do it twice, you know?
We see San Diego seems to feel pretty comfortable with this score here. Arizona running their O-line back to the line. Definitely looking to score, again, as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I mean, Hallen here, one of the San Diego staples coming from UCSD, and I think this is her second year as a rostered player on San Diego. Practice played before that, but really had a few good opportunities running deep, but just been overthrown. Glad she's finally able to reel this one in, and really in a big point as well.
Definitely. Do you think we're going to see the San Diego junk one more time?
I definitely do. You can see those handler specialists running down on the pole.
Aragon centered for Arizona to Harris. Back to Aragon, who finds Thomas. Back to Aragon. Finds K-Powell. K-Powell letting it rip. to Donahue.
Oh, man.
Just a little too much there. And the disc goes out of bounds. Iwamoto picking up immediately to Walter. Walter to Weaver. To Ellis. Some patient offense here from Super Bloom. Arizona putting the pressure on. Close. Juan looking downfield.
Great use of the width of the field there by San Diego.
Walter looking upfield. Finding Ellis.
Oh, Ellis in the cutter zone.
And Ellis Bile. Meredith Bile out here. I believe that is her third goal.
Yeah, really good showing. But also a very, very close D by Erickson there, laying out in the end zone.
And that was a break by Super Bloom.
I mean, Super Bloom is just playing really clinical on offense here. You know, Arizona had that one opportunity earlier with their break chance and potentially starting that train to make up that margin. But, I mean, San Diego has capitalized every turn in this quarter since that break that Arizona scored. And they're really just clamping down and making sure that they finish this game very, very strong.
Yeah, we knew going into the second half the score was close enough that there was a threat for Arizona's comeback, and it would be a possession game. Getting those scores quickly, getting and generating those Ds quickly, and then getting the breaks. And Super Bloom has managed to stifle the offensive efforts of Arizona. Despite their deep roster for their handlers, they're able to plug up that downfield space. Arizona, though, generating Ds as well. Good high pressure here. O'Connell with the disc. I agree with your earlier statement. I think we would want to see deep looks from Arizona. Some hucks going up and capitalizing on... Here we go.
Yeah.
Huck from Eifert. Some pressure from San Diego. And number 56, Alex Goldstein, hanging on to that disc. It does look like there is a call here from Rutland on Super Bloom.
They're going to go to the observer here. Not a foul called, so disc will stay with Arizona here on the end zone line.
Alex Goldstein, really good body position there. Some incidental contact. Ultimately, the observers ruled no foul.
Yeah.
Goldstein looking down, getting it to Chang, who quickly moves it across the field to O'Connell, who finds Eifert.
Ooh, that is a bummer.
A great bid there from Eifert. A little too zippy on that throw. And now Super Bloom with a break opportunity here on their own end zone line. Abrams picking up.
Ooh. Oh, nearly a Callahan by Chip Chang.
Chip Chang doing a little hop, trying to get that Callahan opportunity.
That was so close.
Unfortunately, no Callahan. Fortunately, an Arizona score still.
Oh, my goodness. That would have been something else. I like how she milked that in. We'll see it on the replay, but I nearly thought she was going to make it a couple more inches and it would have been in.
Last season, Chang did get a Callahan.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah. I think we got to start calling her a specialist in that.
Callahan specialist, Chip Chang. And here we see that replay of the throw that just went a little too far. Aragon heads up there, and that is our bad. That was Aragon trying to milk the Callahan.
Oh, my goodness. So sorry. Aragon to Chip Chang.
Aragon to Chip Chang. Aragon.
It was the spirit of the Callahan was there.
The power of the Callahan is strong with Arizona.
Yeah. But good that now they're back on defense and, you know, maybe can get a break opportunity here. Big pull from Eifert. Lexa Stambaugh with the disc. Good run down defense by. Okay, and we got a deep look again to Stambaugh.
To Hallen. Hallen finds Helton. Back to Hallen for the score. And just like a good, quick play there from San Diego.
Huge, deep, focused grab by Alexis Stambaugh there. Halton and Hallen with a quick give and go for the score. San Diego back on defense. I mean, I think at San Diego, you must be feeling pretty good with how the trajectory of the game is going. I mean, you started off a little bit close, couple of break chances, couple of break backs by Arizona, but to be in the end of the fourth quarter with this much of a lead, I think that is a really great sign for San Diego to just be able to close out games like this. It's going to be really beneficial and later down the line in the season.
Yeah, definitely a strong start here from Super Bloom, and as we heard from the Arizona coaching staff, I think they are going to continue to integrate their rookie players throughout the season and only continue to build and grow from here. We see Chip Chang with the disc to Donahue, who finds Aragon, who gets it pretty far down the field to Erickson, who finds Pisani. Back to Chang, to Harris, just outside of the end zone, and nice and nifty to Stettmeyer. Stettmeyer, another one of the new additions, speaking of rookies on Arizona, new to the Sidewinders and making quite an impact. I think the new players on this roster are going to show us great things throughout the season as they grow more comfortable with this format of play and as they build more chemistry with the existing veteran players on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think Stettmeyer, along with Donahue and Eifert, are going to be huge outlets for the Arizona offense from the cutter side, and I'm excited to see how she plays in the rest of the season as she gains more confidence and experience and has different matchups.
We have Jamison getting ready for Arizona's defensive point. We have just under a minute left in this fourth quarter. San Diego leading 22-14. Stamba picking up to Abrams. Looking for Helton. Finding Phillips. To Ellie Mellick. Ellie Mellick sees Helton. And a score by Kayla Helton.
Wow.
Great pressure there by Spiegel on Arizona.
Helton's looking in full form today, I must say. I mean, coming up with these crazy 50-50 blocks, 50-50 balls, just with, it looks like ease. And look at that. I mean, she was in the back dumping and ran almost a 45-yard sprint to catch that in the end zone. That's amazing.
Just warming up for Worlds later.
Yeah,
this year.
We are dealing with a USA caliber athlete here, so.
Throughout that point, though, Arizona is a highly athletic team, and there was great defensive pressure there. I think we saw in the replay, Falk was very close on that throw from Phillips to Ellie Mellick on a help D.
Yeah.
And then we saw Spiegel as well right there challenging Kayla Helton, an incredible USA Worlds player. Excited to see what Arizona brings for the rest of the season. Chang with the disc. To Pisani. To Aragon. To Powell. Handlers moving against this junk look from Bloom. Time has officially run out. This is the last possession, which means the disc is Arizona's to score. Stetmeyer looking downfield, dumping to Aragon. Aragon looking for Stetmeyer again. And unfortunately, just outside of the bounds. And that is the final count of the game. We have San Diego Super Bloom with 23 and Arizona Sidewinders with 14. An amazing effort by both teams, and San Diego using the depth of their roster and their junk defensive look to really run away with this game in the second half of what we saw on the field. Neha, what are your final thoughts?
I mean, this is going to be another season of San Diego with their domineering players just playing really strong and reliably throughout the season. I think what remains to be seen is whether we will be able to see a championship come out of San Diego finally.
That is the golden goose San Diego is trying for. Let's go down to the sideline where we have Angela Wells with number 20, Kelly Iwamoto.
Thanks, y'all. A decisive victory here for your season opener, Kelly. How are you feeling out there?
Oh, really stoked. Yeah, we have new coaches this year, and they're really pushing us to play very hard in new ways, really pushing our communication and working together on the field. And it feels really good to be able to really put that out on the field.
And you're new captain this season. How do you feel? Any different out there? You keep doing what you do every season, which is slice and dice every defense. So how does it feel for you out there as a captain and leader on this team?
As a captain this year, I'm feeling a little bit more like I need to step up and kind of be a leader. Playing-wise, I feel like I'm doing the same thing, but I'm really trying to put myself out there and be like a resource for my team to voice their thoughts. Yeah.
Last hardest question. Super Bloom has always made a run into the playoffs for the WUL. Do you think that this is the year that you will get a WUL championship? I know it's week 1. What do you think?
I mean, we started off strong, so my fingers are crossed, and that is 100% the goal, so we're coming for it.
Thanks, Crypto.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to y'all in the booth.
Thank you to Ange, our sideline reporter, and Kelly Iwamoto. As we heard during that sideline interview, the goal here, of course, for every team in the league is that championship title. San Diego has been close in the past. Is this the year that they can make it a reality? We'll find out. But first, let's take a look at the Discraft play of the game. And here we see it is the huge...
Oh, it's the bookends by Teresa Zettner.
D there by Zettner. And yes, it is the bookends because just on that same point, we see Zettner make it all the way back to the end zone for this massive bid. Again, Zettner, a recent Club Nationals champion with...
Hybrid.
Yes, with Hybrid. So... having come off of such a successful club season, bringing that energy and that fire to San Diego Super Bloom, and it is paying off for Super Bloom. Amazing defensive plays and collection in the offense as well.
Well, I mean, we've had a great time this game in the booth. Thank you guys all so much at home for watching. Look forward to next weekend. We've got another 2 games. Also, debut game for Oregon Soar playing at Seattle Tempest 329. So make sure you check us out on the live stream at the Western Ultimate League YouTube channel, where we're streaming all of these games for free. Appreciate your support.
Yes, and as mentioned, all of these games are streamed for free. Isn't that amazing and incredible? If you want to support our sport, Western Ultimate League, you can donate to the league directly. You can donate or purchase apparel from your favorite team. Please make sure to support the teams and players that you love to watch so they can continue making these amazing plays on the field for you. And we are excited for the rest of the season. A lot of great matchups coming your way. Thank you.